guess I'm going to be calling this part two here. It's 10:26 in the morning. It's still the 9th of February, 2023. So, call it the part two of whatever I just did a few minutes ago. I'm still having issues. Now, besides the physical issues at this point over here, well, I'm going to retract that. The mental health issues, the grieving, is also in competition with the physical ailments. I said a long time ago on how I got to the workers' comp situation. When you have a tire hitting you, well, normally it's supposed to be curvature concerning about the spinal column. But I had a tire drop on my face. And it did something to the back and neck. To the neck area and then to the lower back. I hadn't been the same since. It hadn't been. It's still kicking my ass. 10 years after the accident, it's still trying to kill me. A little bit longer than that anyway. But I can't help it. Because the damn thing tried to kill me this morning. I mean, during that day. What can I say? And right now, I'm just trying to deal and cope. I'll wake up some days and I'll struggle with mobility a bit. But these days, either I have an inner ear infection, which still needs to be taken care of by a doctor's visit coming up, or my neck has gotten so screwed up that even an orthopedist a long time ago in Beverly Hills couldn't even figure this shit out. Couldn't even figure the damn crap out. No, you'll be fine. You get some exercise, you'll be fine. You get some exercise, you'll be fine. You won't be 100%, but you'll be fine. You'll still be able to work. I don't see any physical injuries. He's looking for the bones. He's not looking for the soft injuries because he thinks the soft injuries will just, oh, they'll heal themselves. Muscles heal themselves. You keep willing yourself like this, and you won't get any better. I already knew that when I was starting to suffer through the damn pains and issues. And the thing is, with the workers' comp situation, what the doctor should have also been focusing, and also the attorney should have been focusing on, was dealing with the mental health illness and the issues. I came in with a chief complaint concerning about the damn back. I didn't realize that the mental health issues would come in. I damn near got killed. Didn't anybody else figure this shit out in the first place? If you damn near come into a near-death experience or almost do it? Did they not understand this shit? Did they not understand that there's a hell of a lot of fear, phobia, PTSD, a lot of trauma coming up? Besides the physical trauma that they're trying to figure out and focus on. And it took me some time to get be seen by shrink, or actually a therapist, and work with them concerning about what the hell was going on inside of me. And yeah, I had got the trauma. I got the mental health trauma. But they think it's easy. It's medicated. No, it's not. No, it's not. Besides losing people left and right and finally getting the moleskin ripped off, and now I'm like an emotional wreck at this point over here. Then concerning about the workers' comp situation of certain situations that I can't go into, or actually different places, because I get the flare-ups. I get the panic attacks. I get the anxiety attack where I am closing up inside. I am feeling my oxygen level depleting. I was about to lose consciousness at this point. barely get the oxygen coming in and out of the damn lungs. I'm so damn scared that I'm tensing up so badly. It's worse than the quote-unquote white lab coat syndrome. These are flare-ups. Walking past a tire store, I get it. I have to keep looking down and keep looking away because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the smell of a tire. And yeah, I'm surrounded by cars all around me with tires. Being driven in buses left and right. What do you have? Engine smells. You have fuel smells. You have tire smells. After you get used to it, should be no problem, right? Wrong. Get to a store, and I'm feeling it again. I get to close to an area that I damn near got killed in, and yeah, it's horrible. I haven't been there in a hell of a long while. I'm not looking forward to it either. So the body and the brain and the soul actually understands what trauma is all about. I know there has to be some kind of healing in there. Understanding, forgiving myself is one thing, but there has to be more to it than that. It's bad enough I get people ripped out of my life that I care about, that I grieve heavily for. And I do. I get triggered left and right. But I'm supposed to be dealing as a regular human being and just not focus on it. Which I was trying to somewhat explain in the first video, in the first place, that I am going through this. This is not like a whiner baby situation. Oh, I know. I've dealt with that one a long time. People don't want to hear about it. People don't want to hear about you trying to deal with death all the damn time. See, they tried the damn process. Let's see how they go through the damn shit. Let's see how they try to understand what the hell happened to them at the age of 4 years old with an open heart surgery. And you're dying 3 times, you come back to life 3 times, and you're wondering what the hell is going on. And you can't explain any of it. I tried to explain it to my mother. My mother relates the story, but I still can't explain it. There's no logic to it. It's just things that happen to you, and you're supposed to accept it. And then you hear the religious clergy, you hear the clergy telling you, you had a fantastic experience. You touched the face of the Lord. I said, no. I wanted to go back home, but I wasn't allowed to go back home. 3 times up, 3 times back. I wanted to go home. And how does it leave me? Torn. Pieces out of my heart. And I didn't feel, I felt the pain and loss of losing people left and right, and losing animals left and right. But it didn't leave me completely losing it. I had to keep focusing, I had to keep doing, I had to keep struggling, because that's what everybody else expected of me. My family did the same damn thing. We all had to struggle through the damn thing. We had to shove the pain aside and push on through life, because this is what we're told and taught and we have to do. Because we just can't deal with the grief and the loss. We had each other. We dwell upon each other's strength and courage and support. And we push on and we plow on and we push on and we plow on. Yeah, we're doing this. We're not saying kumbaya either, but we're just pushing and plowing and trying to get this stuff going. You think it was easy? Some days we're yelling and screaming at each other, and other days we're singing and enjoying each other's company. We're loving each other during the holiday seasons and during the birthdays. We celebrate like crazy. But when anniversaries come up, it's like, oh, death anniversaries are the worst. We keep doing up how many people we've lost so far. My mother was a hell of a lot worse, as I was trying to explain in other videos, Dan. She was losing people she loved a great deal, but she had to keep pushing on. She had to keep pushing on. She's got the support of her boys, and the boys are trying to support on here. We're trying to get our support from her because we're still trying to push on because we need to. Because the people she lost, we loved. So we're all trying to do this. We're all trying to do this. Till this one. I'm not happy. I'm not sanguine. I'm struggling. I'd seen how my mother and my brother struggled with their own damn fears left and right. I'd seen how my mother tried to cope, and she was trying to cope like crazy of everybody that she kept losing until she just lost the will to live. She wanted to go home. She couldn't deal with living on without her own support system that she had from her family for so many decades. All those people she loved and cared about. Friends and family, pets, everything and everyone that mattered to her. Except the two boys. The two boys will live on. She can die happy. We'll just be miserable, sorry sons of bitches. Because we depended upon her a great deal. And what was it the shrinks kept telling me? That I had to live a life alone. I need to grow up. I need to be a man. I need to be a man. Because a man deals with things, and a man gets in relationships, and a man has to be a man. Coming from someone who wasn't a man. But I had to live alone. Otherwise you won't be able to get someone, will you? Yeah. I stayed alone and I helped out with my mother because I was afraid of life and I still wanted to support like crazy. So, yeah, this bird stayed in the nest all the damn time, grew up and guarded the old rotting nest. My brother tries to go out and comes back. Yeah, I'm the youngest. I stayed to guard. I stayed as a guard for the place, for the old nests. Didn't matter which particular roost we moved into, it was still the nest. It was still home. It was still there like a son of a bitch. And I had tried, and I tried to get through this. I had tried to get past it. And you know what? It just wasn't feasible enough. It just wasn't. So how the hell are we supposed to be dealing with this shit? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I over-examine. I overanalyze. I try to find something to explain, to talk about, to deal, to cope, to function. I ain't doing so well. I'm looking at myself and I'm falling to pieces. I'm going to start hearing Patsy Cline somewhere singing out there. Falling to pieces. I don't think I could deal with that. Because I have been falling to pieces. And I still can't get past what I'm feeling these days. I can't get past what the hell I'm going through these days. I'm having a hard time looking at myself in the mirror these days. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I don't know what the hell I should be doing anymore. But I'm not that desperate enough to really start thinking that I should be ending it all because I just run out. No. I feel it, thought about it, kept making decisions. No. Yeah, the option's still there. The implementation's obtainable. Opportunities galore. Yeah, a real depressive state at this point over here. You really don't give a flying. You just don't. That's how I'm feeling it. I guess this is the whiner baby thing that people just don't understand. They want others to be lively as them. They wanted to be part of a lively community. They just can't stand seeing the people or sitting down on benches looking like they lost everything. And they may have. Everything that they valued, everything that they cost, everything that they threw their heart and soul and interest in, everything that they put their interest, their wealth into, and then somehow it gets cheated and stolen away. Dog dies. A loved one or family dies. Someone just walks away from their life. It's the one thing I hadn't had in my life. No, I had people die from in my life. People I cared about, even if they're from distances, and they died. A walk away, if they physically walked away for great distances away from me, is one thing. At least I know they're still on the earth. It's when they're no longer on the earth. It's no longer. I'm not talking about in outer space. I'm talking about mortality here. Once the mortality is ended and that's in there, walked away to another world, to another life. We either bury the body or cremate the body, or we don't even have anything to cremate or bury it with. Something else already took care of it for us. And the grief is still hard and heavy. And we can't deal with it. We can't even face it. We can't even look it in the eye because our heart's too frickin' bad. It's one thing you see shows on screens where it gives you a bit of a reality check like that, and you cry about it. I know I'm getting more and more of a sob story on that one. But the reality is we have to deal with the real thing, Don. Honest to God, real thing. Maybe a little sympathy comments here and there, but nothing solid. They don't know until they actually get their life ripped out. And then they'll be looking at you saying, how do you deal with this? How can you deal with this? The only thing I'm going to be telling them is about time you woke up, schmuck. Now you know how I feel at this point over here. Your heart's ripped out, torn apart, put into pieces left and right, put into a Cuisinart, and you're still feeling the pain of the chopping blades trying to drive you nuts. And it hurts like hell. You got this big ass black hole, and you'll never be able to fill again. As much as love that you poured into that person, or that entity, or whatever it was. But the thing is, we deal with day-to-day survival. And if we can look at a day without getting emotionally triggered, if we can just look at the day and function through, smile and laugh, those are the days to look forward to. Anything it would be whipped cream or gravy or whatever you pour on your damn thing, or me, if I can just enjoy one day without the damn triggers driving me to emotional insanity, and I just deal with a happiness. I'll deal with something positive. It doesn't have to be external. It just to be looking outside and be amazed at something. And you're like, whoa. Whoa. And for that brief moment of pleasure, that brief moment of happiness, that brief moment of peace, that's the things to remember and hold on to. Well, we have rainstorms coming through. When we have storm clouds actually going through, or just low overcast, sometimes I'm watching the sun. If it's completely covered over, I can't see what I'm looking for. But if there's breaks, if there are major breaks somewhere there, I'm looking for the sun rays. I'm looking for the sun floating right behind a solitary cloud. And then I can see the bands coming out of it. And that's their camera time. Take whatever kind of camera I got, take pictures of the thing to capture it. either a sunrise or a sunset, or even during midday. If there's something special about that picture, that thing of nature, capture it. Capture that moment, not just in here. Zeros and ones. Capture it, save it, spread it about. Look at it and just say, wow, wow. Sometimes there'll be a sunrise without a cloud, but sometimes there'll be something in front of it. And then you see the rays, and you're like, whoa. Blows me away. It's those times that I look forward to. It's those times I look at it, and I'm like, magnificent. I'm filled just for that moment of clarity, of feeling life again, the lighter side of life, and I'm thinking, thank you, God, for this moment. A lot of it sucks, but this I can hold on to, grasp onto it, put it into the heart. Even if somebody happens to capture an image like that, I look at the images and I save those things. Even if somebody else actually does the work for me, it doesn't matter. I'm looking at something that's like, whoa. And I'm feeling it. I don't have to put myself in depression at that moment. Just at that moment. Just at that little tiny moment there. It's just something to grasp onto, you know. Well, something else comes up and fucks it up. Oh, something else comes up, fucks it up, and then you're like, oh, fuck, not again. Yeah, I gotta laugh at shit like that. I gotta laugh at stuff like that because it's humorless, but it's still humor. It's it's funny, but it's not funny. Something tickled the funny bone at that point over here, and I gotta laugh at it. I laugh at the absurdity, the insanity of it. Like, what the hell? Why? A brief part of amusement. A brief part of amusement. Another maybe thing to hold on to. Laughter. It's not like hearing the same damn joke. Unless you're feeling like you're the joke of the universe. A fool and idiot. I may be the fool and I may be the idiot. I may be the village idiot and village fool. But even a village idiot and fool sees things that other people don't bother to pay attention to or care to. He sees everything. He sees everything. I keep the window shades open with the light coming in so I don't miss what's going on outside. It's a clear sky today. There's no clouds in the sky, but it's comfortable temperature out there. So I can look out and see life crossing by the window. For a dull, drab, dreary place that doesn't have the life or excitement or energy that other people may try to put out and say, like, look at this place, I've got energy. Well, I don't have the energy. I got a bug war to deal with. Literally. Cockroaches coming out of the walls, literally. Or a guy coming over here every Monday trying to do his spraying, and then he decides, I'm going to put a management on notice that I need to do heavy duty spraying, which means I need to get this guy out every Monday, just so we can get rid of the damn bugs. And the bug's been here for a hell of a lot longer than I have. It's an ongoing battle with this place. It's an ongoing issue. It's an ongoing thing I still have to see and deal with every morning. Past few months has been hard. It's got me several months at this. It's bad enough than dealing with the emotional traumas left and right and emotional, oh, I call it crap. And I have to deal with a reality check, and the reality check is around me right now as it is. I may be moaning and groaning right now as it is. I may be tired as hell, and I am tired as hell. I just got up from sleep. Depression has a way of sucking out the energy of a person to where they're feeling like they're old, lifeless, listless, zombie. That's what I call myself, zombie. Sleep deprived, emotionally screwed up. Or is that sleep screwed up and emotionally deprived at times? But I am the zombie. I'm a zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Maybe. I may be a man of constant sorrow, to borrow a song. I'm a guy struggling for living, for survival, for existence, for reason, for something. I'm not climbing mountains. I don't have mountains to climb to me. I'm just struggling, pushing away the damn muck and mug in front of me. The issues that are in front of me, all piled up in this kind of semi-solid gooky state that they keep pushing on a daily basis just to get a pathway going. Sometimes I'll see the light. Other times I'll just see the gook. If I'm actually able to look around me, maybe I'll see something I should have seen. Either maybe more gook or maybe something else I'm missing. But I keep pushing forward. I keep pushing the gunk in front of me. That's how I look at things. That's how I've been looking at things for a long while now. Tried to get through a college to complete something I should have completed a hell of a long while ago, but I wasn't mature enough for it. Now I am. Even if I happen to get to the lowest rung of the college, call it a win. Move on. Or maybe struggle on to the next limb, to the next rung. Who knows? Just keep pushing. That's all I do. And don't call me strong. Don't call me brave man. Don't call me anything like that. I'm struggling. That's all I can do. And sometimes I don't even know why I struggle, but I struggle. I like living. I like breathing, and I'm not ready to go out yet. But if it is my time to go out, then I'll go out. Not willingly, but I'll go out anyway. You think you see, I've already been there. It scared the hell out of me as a 4-year-old. So how the hell is an adult mind supposed to be able to still grasp this if I'm still in the 4-year-old mentality right now? Unless, of course, I've gotten to the point where I really don't give a flying. No, I'm trying to keep the language down on this particular taping here, without saying and without going crazy at this point. As much as I would love, and I've done it in a lot of my other tapes, just foul mouthed like crazy and just don't care about it. And sometimes I just have to say, fuck it, and deal with it. Yeah, I know. But it's going to be coming to the point where I'm probably feeling like Ma at that point where everything else doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to will myself to die. Despite how many people may try to egg me on further on. If it's time, it's time. And I can't argue with it. They had the Cameron curse thing going on in the family line, and it's been debated whether or not it was legitimate. My brother panicked when he turned 50 because he realized he had about 10 years left. Well, he turned 60, and months later he had stroke, died of respiratory failure. I think he died of a broken heart. He just couldn't deal with Ma. He couldn't deal with what was going on these days. I did a lot of videos on that one, past history. A lot of win files on that one. Sometimes I'm just too damn lazy to put a proper heading or a title on it. I just put a win file on it and said, fuck it. The information's still there. It's just not properly titled for people. I don't care. It's my log. I'm talking about myself these days. Sometimes I get lazy about the damn shit, and I really don't care. I just need to get the information out there, that's all. I'm not going to struggle for a proper title at this point. I need to get the meat and potatoes out. I'm not looking for the damn gravy at this point, unless you've got the gravy for it. Then it's your mashed potatoes, isn't it? And your meat. Me, I have to deal with what is. I have to deal with what is in front of me and what isn't. I'm dealing and struggling with things in front of me that are hard as hell to deal with. I'm trying. That's the only thing I can tell you is I'm trying. Maybe people don't like it. Maybe they don't want to know it. Maybe they don't care to know it. But I'm dealing with it. Don't like it. I'm not liking it. But I'm still dealing with it. And with that, enough blathering. Probably lay down again.